Okay, y'all, I saw the story and I immediately had to come and share it with y'all, right? So when the DOJ was coming for Terrence Howard, looking for him, trying to get him up off of them racks, Terrence ended up telling the Justice Department that it is immoral to tax the descendants of slaves. He said, in truth, the entire United States should, by default, become the property of the descendants of slaves. Girl, he is evading these taxes, but he is not wrong about it. Like, he didn't say anything wrong, girl. I ain't the only person holy worship me. Yeah, you can I ain't the only you so lonely, insecure, they don't control me, boy, you can't. The Inquirer says Empire star Terrence Howard hit with nearly $1 million judgment after saying it's, quote, immoral to tax descendants of slaves. A federal judge in Philadelphia has ordered Terrence Howard to pay nearly $1 million in back taxes, interest, and penalties after he allegedly threatened a Justice Department lawyer and maintained show me the Carfax, and maintained that it was immoral for the U.S. government to charge taxes to the descendants of slaves. For more than a year, Terrence rebuffed IRS efforts to collect over $500,000 in income taxes. It says he failed to pay between 2010 and 2019. And despite a months-long effort to engage Howard in court after the Justice Department sued him in 2022, the actor's only response was a voicemail. This shit killed me, bro. The actor's only response was a voicemail he allegedly left on the phone of the case's lead tax attorney in November. According to a transcript of that message, including in-court filings, Howard denied owing anything and threatened to shame her by posting the lawsuit against him on the internet. Now, honestly, I should have got another article to read, because there was another section they were saying, oh, well, girl, essentially they were implying, well, Terrence Howard plays these kinds of characters, you know, pimps and rappers and people who do prison stints and shit. So, and it kind of looks like his life right now. I'm just like, girl, you're missing the fucking point. I should have found another article, girl, because I'm just like, oh, the reason why I even said that is because in the beginning of the article, you remember it said that Terrence threatened this lawyer, and then here it said, oh, well, you know, he threatened to shame her by posting the lawsuit against him on the internet. I'm just like, y'all, this girl, I should really drag y'all for that. I should really drag y'all for that threatened the lawyer, but then he just threatened to post a fucking lawsuit. Shut the hell up. Okay, so this is what Terrence said. This is what he kept on going. He kept on going. He said 400 years of forced labor and never receiving any compensation for it. Now you have the gall to try and prosecute and charge taxes to the descendants of a broken people that you are responsible for causing the breakage. The recording cut Howard off mid-sentence. So he was preaching, right? The recording cut him off mid-sentence, but then he called the attorney back. He called the attorney back to finish what the fuck he had to say, mama. Listen, now he does have, his points are extremely valid. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely sound like me when these companies try to get their coin or some shit. Like, girl, I don't know what y'all want, a car payment, internet payment, bitch. I'll be sounding the same way when the bitches call me, ask for them coin, bitch. I'll be like, bitch, you have the nerve? You have the audacity? Xfinity? AT&T? You have the nerve to ask the descendants of slaves for this? Bitch, he be sounding just like, are you serious? I would be doing the same exact shit. I would be doing the same shit. So he continued. He called this attorney back and continued. He said, in truth, the entire U.S. should, by default, become the property of the descendants of slaves. But since you do not have the ability or the courage to do it, let's try this in court. We're going to bring you down. And I'm just like, I am definitely all for the sentiment, but you got to, Terrence, this is the IRS, so you got to come with your big guns. But he does have a point. Like, when we talk about taxes in this country and the fact that it's funneled directly into the salaries of these politicians that don't give a fuck about us, when we're talking about the taxes that are taken from us and then transformed into bombs that go across, you know, the world and ruin people's fucking lives overseas, like, you know, everybody who talk about, bitch, we shouldn't have to be paying these taxes. Everybody's right. It's just like, it's the IRS, so y'all gotta come with y'all big guns. You talking about, oh, well, we're going to try this in court. It's just like, yeah, I 100% agree, but you got to come with your big guns, babes. This is the IRS, honey. So the article continues, despite that vow, Howard never formally responded to the lawsuit, and after a court hearing last week, this judge granted the government's request to enter a $900,000 default judgment against the actor. In 2019, People magazine reported that the federal prosecutors in Philadelphia had opened a criminal investigation into Howard and his wife for tax evasion. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to how Terrence tried to avoid these people. Okay, since at least 2000, Howard has listed his primary residence at his home in Plymouth Meeting, whatever, according to public records. But the property located behind a security gate appeared to be unoccupied and the intercom disconnected when the government first tried to serve him with the latest lawsuit against him earlier this year. What followed was what Justice Department lawyers described as a lengthy and at times exasperating effort to track down the actor and notify him of the suit against him in federal court in Philadelphia. Now, at one point in the summer, U.S. Marshals showed up to a hotel in Jackson, Mississippi, where Howard was believed to be staying while shooting a movie, only to be told that there was no record that he had been staying there. Also, when the government tried to come to his home, his daughter, Heaven Howard, opened the door, and she told government representatives that her father no longer lived there and refused to call him to notify him of the lawsuit. An LA process server said that while he was there, girl, he heard Howard cursing and swearing in the background while he... Oh my God. The woman said that Terrence Howard was home and went to get him, the server said. She returned to report that Howard refused to come to the door. So it's just like, y'all say he don't live there no more. Then he cussing in the background. So obviously, like, who there, girl? And then he's talking about, okay, well, he there. And other places like, oh, okay, he's there, but he not coming to the door. Terrence Howard said, bitch, he told the IRS, he told the DOJ, he told y'all gonna have to get this shit back in blood hole. And then the IRS and DOJ said, bad. That shit is crazy. Terrence said, y'all gonna have to come strip this shit off me. Y'all gonna have to reach your hands into my account, take that shit out, because otherwise I'm not sitting my ass down getting served by you bitches. I am not coming to the door. Like, it's not happening. Eventually, the government succeeded in serving Howard notice of the lawsuit last fall after it tracked him down at a scheduled appearance at the Twin Cities Film Fest, according to court records. In entering his default judgment against Howard on Thursday, Murphy, the judge, said that the government provided more than sufficient detail to demonstrate its efforts to engage the actor over the past 14 months. They said, girl, we are hitting your ass with this $1 million judgment. But it's just, I'm going to reiterate, the things that Terrence Howard was saying is not wrong. It is not. Every time I see some war-torn country that we had our hands in ruining and destroying, you know what I mean? Every time I see another fucking coup, read about another coup that the United States did using our coins, it's just like, we have, and then to look at the U.S. population within our borders, right? And to see so much suffering, and then all this money's going out for wars, for death, for bullshit. No social services, no nothing, girl. Roads still fucked up, schools fucked up, teachers underpaid. It's just like, Terrence Howard is not wrong. So, like, we may joke about it, and him talking about, oh, you know, him evading these fucking operatives who come into his door. Bitch, like, sending his daughter to tell him that, girl, I am not coming to that goddamn door. You know what I mean? Like, we could talk about it, we could kiki about it, but I do wonder how this conversation is going to evolve, because I've seen it pop up more and more now, especially with the genocide going on in Palestine, right? Like, at the forefront, people are talking about, like, this is our tax dollars going to do this shit. This is our coin fueling these politicians' bank accounts and their lifestyles. Like, this is our money, this is our coin, and we can't even get it to feed. Y'all don't even want to give kids free lunch in school? You see what I'm saying? At least if y'all gonna snatch up all this coin from our asses, at least it would make some sense if we could see it funneled back into the community. But bitch, I mean, we don't even have no health care in this bitch. So it's like, y'all running after these people for coin. What are y'all gonna use it for? We already know what y'all gonna use it for. It's what you've been using that shit for. And so, I mean, as comical as it is to imagine Terrence Howard on the phone, you know, leaving a voicemail for this woman, calling back when he gets cut off. Like, as funny as it is to imagine him say, hey, man. He did not lie, and I wonder just how much we're about to wake this conversation up, you know? I really wonder just, like, are we talking about, like, general strikes? Are we talking about, like, you know, tax strikes? Like, what are we talking about, you know? What is the plan? What are we gonna do? Because this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. We should be really offended. We should be really upset that we look across the timeline, we look across, you know, news reports and shit, and we see the effect that our dollars have on this planet. The U.S. Army, I think, is a top polluter of the planet, and we be fueling that shit with our coin. So yeah, I'm really excited to see if this conversation will continue to evolve. And I know that Terrence ain't the first one to say this shit. He ain't gonna be the last one. But like I said, given how disgruntled people are with the political system, the political landscape, given, like I said, all these genocides going on and our hand in it, the U.S.'s hands in it, given where our tax dollars go in this world and what it does to other countries and societies, it's like this is an important issue to raise. This is an important issue to raise. Nobody want to pay nothing. Nobody want to pay no bills, no nothing like that. But it's even greater of an issue when you really sit and think, like, we built this. Black people built this shit for free, and they're using that. We're not even benefiting like that. We're still being discriminated against and othered. Not even benefiting from that. And then in the same breath, we paying taxes to that the U.S. uses to continue to destroy this fucking planet. So it's an important thing. It's an important issue to talk about. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Love you so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn day.
We dragging bitches, so they tryna ban drag. Ain't it sad that y'all write them laws as undercover bags? Ho, you mad that I'm a nigga fucking on another man? Cause I can dirty clerk.